he looked up in the horizon and he saw a great arsh, a great throne. And on top of the throne there was the brightest light. And the light, it said, O Abdul Qadir, Ana Rabbuk.
من يريد الله به خيرا يفقهه في الدين.
There's a famous story, we'll finish with it. It's a story. This is the story. Like, and it's in the books of history. With regard to Sheikh Abdul Qadir al-Gilani, rahimahullah ta'ala, that he narrates that one time he looked up in the horizon and he saw a great arsh, a great throne. And on top of the throne there was the brightest light. And the light, it said, O Abdul Qadir, Ana Rabbuk, I'm your Lord. So Abdul Qadir looked at the light and he said, be cursed, O enemy of Allah. And the light disappeared. And the Shaytan came and said, how did you know it was me? I misguided 70 righteous worshippers with this. And it's not easy to misguide the person who has ilm. The ignorant person comes and says, oh, Allah appeared before me in my dream. Now I don't have to pray. And the Shaytan said to him, I've removed all of the haram for you, Abdul Qadir. And the light on top of the throne, it said, oh Abdul Qadir, I've removed everything haram for you. Everything is halal for you today. He said, Ikhsa ya adu Allah. He said, be cursed, O enemy of Allah. The Shaytan said, how did you know it was me? He said, I knew it was you first of all because you said to me that everything is halal and there's nothing haram anymore, and Allah will not say this. And second of all, what is this arsh? And you think Allah's arsh is like this? And you come to me with an arsh that I can see from the left to right, and you expect me to believe this is the arsh of Ar-Rahman. And he knows, but how many of the ubbad, the zuhad, the worshippers were fooled by things like this? Were fooled by someone who came and said, I'm the Mahdi, I'm this, I'm that, I'm the wali of Allah, I pray on your behalf. These things are said. Somebody comes and says, Allah has told me, the Prophet ﷺ came to me in a dream and told me that I pray on behalf of all of you, so you don't have to pray anymore. How many people from the zuhad, the people who wanted to keep away from the dunya and worship Allah, they stopped praying because somebody came and whispered this into their ear. Like in the alim, he has his sword. He takes out his sword and he kills that shaitan because he knows that this is not possible. And he knows the difference between awliya-illah wa awliya al-shaytan. It's a very good book if you get a chance to read it. Al-Furqan bayna awliya-illahi wa awliya al-shaytan. The difference or the criterion between the friends of Allah and the friends of shaitan. It's a beautiful book. The criterion between the friends of Allah and the friends of shaitan. And how do you know the difference between a wali of Allah and the wali of the shaitan? When maybe the wali of the shaitan carries him through the air, or shaitan makes him walk on the water, or shaitan makes like something happen from him, min khawariq al-adat, yani something unusual happen from him. Like maybe he brings something from far, or he tells you something unknown. How do you know if it's a wali of Allah or a wali of the shaitan? You should read the book, The Criterion Between the Friends of Allah and the Friends of the Shaitan. Like in the alim has that knowledge. But then you can't do this. That doesn't mean that Iblis doesn't try to fool the alim, but Iblis has a different set of tricks for the alim compared to the abid and the zahid.